It's been the home of the Chiefs since 1972. GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The final 2 weeks of the regular season are upon us, and off we go on EA Sports. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. First and 10. Now the first carry for the Rutgers Scarlet Knight, Isaiah Pacheco. And a minimal gain here, only to about the 31. Here's a 2nd and 9. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. He'll tuck it and take off. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
Mike, the defensive line rush plan is critical when you're playing quarterbacks like this. You have to keep him contained in the pocket, because the second he gets out of the pocket, we can see what happens.
Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. Couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. This is intercepted. Picked off by Jack Jones. And the Raiders are going to get this back at their own 34-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense. You're defending your own goal line. You got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is Milton. He gets it to Jonathan Mingo. They get 11 and quickly pick up a 1st down.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, a throw for Milton. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. They pick up 17 through the air. 1st down, Vegas.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And he will work his way down inside the 30, a pickup of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Working out of the gun is Milton. That's into the hands of Tyquan Thornton. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play.
He is in. Braylon Allen. Touchdown, Raiders. That touchdown #1 for him on the year.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. Man in motion is Brown. On 1st down, it's Mahomes. That's caught. Travis Kelce. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
He'll drop this underneath to Pacheco. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll run it straight ahead with Pacheco. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass, unmask the defense, and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll run it for the first time with Elijah Mitchell. Good blocking, and he's in. Elijah Mitchell. Touchdown, Chiefs. Butker's extra point is good, and the Chiefs will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Milton now to throw on 1st and 10. He got it to Mingo. It's complete. And he's going to take this one all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, Vegas. Carlson now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Raiders will move out to a 14-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Mahomes from out of the pistol. He'll throw. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
This one is caught by Hollywood Brown. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that 1st down.
So often, sacks, especially on 1st down, can be drive killers. But their ability here to take this from 2nd and long to 3rd and short, they've got a really good opportunity here, Mike. If they don't get it on 3rd, don't be surprised if they go for it on 4th.
14 yards on that pass play there. Good for a Chiefs 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Raiders are going to get the football at their own 40.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping.
On the handoff, it's Allen. And not a lot there. Only up to about the 41. One quarter in the books. It's the Raiders with the early lead. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's Milton. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Trent McDuffie.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus. And that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. 2nd down and 3. Once again, it's Pacheco. Good running there. He's got the 1st down inside the 30.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
A pickup of 10, and it's going to set up 1st and goal.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the play, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal. Here now, 2nd down and goal. They'll run with Pacheco. Trying to find a crease in there. It's a big pile of bodies, but he is going to come up short. 3rd and goal, Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
Mahomes to throw it on 4th down. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. Set to go now on 1st and 10. To the air, it's Milton. A dive and a catch. Incredible. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive. So on 1st and 10, here's Milton. He's going to look for the home run ball. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 77 yards. Touchdown, Vegas. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. On 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Off the play fake, Mahomes. He'll air it out down the middle. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill.
So they're implementing a cover 2 system, and what that means is on the back end, Mike, your 2 safeties are going to split the field in half. They got to cover from the middle of the field all the way to the sideline. So they got to have range, they got to have great instincts, and then when they get a chance to get their hands on the ball, they got to be picks.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Throwing, Milton. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Bowers. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here comes Allen. Gets to the edge at the 30. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. That pickup good for 29 yards.
Well, that's a heck of a 1-2 punch right there, and that's something that every offense stresses. The ability to be equally effective run and pass on any given snap. They follow up the successful pass play with a big explosive run.
They go back to Allen. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Two minutes to go here till halftime. We'll return to Arrowhead after this. Second down and 8. They'll fake the give, and now it's Milton. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. They'll send him over to the left. To the air on 3rd down is Milton. And that is incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field. And then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3? It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes. Rice open. He's got it. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. And his offense offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did, walking off the field, following an interception. Now, you're hoping this is more momentary struggle than it is a trend, but as hard as it is to do, they need to get calmed down. They need to reset because their offense cannot operate at a high level if they don't have confidence in this passing game.
Off the bootleg, it's Milton. He's going to air this one out. That's caught! And he will score. Tyquan Thornton. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Second touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. Now Carlson to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Raiders add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Mahomes on first down. That's over the middle and caught by Rice. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate. Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Here's 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Oh, a loose football. And fortunately, their center able to rein it in, and they'll retain possession.
Well, fortunately for this quarterback, Mike, thanks to the alert play by one of his teammates, they're going to prevent this from being a turnover. It's just so hard as the quarterback. You're trying to keep your eyes downfield. You're trying to keep the plays alive. You have to feel the rush. You have to understand when that clock's going.
Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. And the Raiders are going to get the football at their own 23.
You know, Mike, the one thing that we used to say is it didn't matter how good you were or how long you played. Eventually, you're just going to have one of those days, and I think for this quarterback, he's got to be able to move on from this pretty quickly because this is about as bad a day in the office as you can imagine.
On first down, here's Milton. He'll throw complete to Cam Akers. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
We've now seen this quarterback show that he can beat you from both inside and now outside of the pocket. The ability to use his legs to flush out and buy time for his receivers. They uncover downfield, leads to a big pickup.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun is Milton. Going for it all. A dive, and he's got it. What an effort. What a catch. So, we've come upon halftime here in Week 17, as we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach. Thank you. Two very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. A carry here for Allen. And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Another run, and again, it's Allen. And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Here's Milton now on 1st and 10. That's caught left side by Bowers.